This is my first trip out here to Del Mar. How great is this track for you, and maybe for a neophyte from the East Coast who's all I did was gripe and complain about having to walk all the way back here? What would get me in the Southern California spirit out here?
Well, for once, if you come down here, look at our weather, how cool it is, and you got the ocean is a stone throw away from here, and you just everybody's down here, and you see everybody looks healthy, and they have suntans, and they're happy and they're in a good mood. So this area, the environment here, you can't beat it. The thing is, Saratoga is totally different. Saratoga is more of a it's a racing community where, Del Mar is it's a racing community in a way. You run into people, but Saratoga, you're sort of, you've got a captured audience there. You see everybody everywhere you go. Where here it's a little bit spread out, but it's two different worlds. I mean, Saratoga, has got the history of all the great races, the great horses that have run there, where Del Mar is more of, walking in the paddock with your shorts and your sandals on, which you cannot do that at Saratoga.
That's cool. I like it.
Run you out of there. So, I'd like to see Saratoga maybe loosen that up. But, I think they want to keep that class of the historic part of, you need to, everybody's got the sport coats on, sweating like pigs, It's hard to find a clip-on. You have to go to Ocala. Believe it or not, Ocala is the only place you find clip-on ties.
The first time I remember being a little kid, my grandfather had a clip-on tie. I was like, he was in the bathroom, and it takes it off. I felt so ripped off. It like lowered my feelings about my grandfather so much.
When I was growing up, that's all we had was clip-on ties. They were great.
You have a history of not liking the surfaces out here. You took a lot of horses east. Now there's, 3 different surfaces at the main tracks in California? How do you figure out which horses are going to be at Del Mar, which ones you're taking to Saratoga? Is this a headache for you, or you're so on top of the horses and you intuitively, or you watch them gallop and know which is which and which ones go where?
Yeah, what I'll do, I'll breeze them down here, and you will figure out which ones will like it. Every year that we come down here, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different this year. We'll watch them for about a week, and I will, what's changed in the world too is the economics of it all. Before you could, Tex Sutton was flying to Saratoga about every other week or every week, and now, you got to get on when you can. So. It's make it tougher, and when you do ship out, when the trainer splits his barn up, it's very costly now, costs a lot. So you got to be careful. So the ones I do send to Saratoga, if I'm going to ship them, I got to make sure they're really good horses. That, they're going to win some big races. So that has a lot to do with it.
How did you decide? Well, this is where First Dude is going to run, or have you not made that decision yet?
No, we haven't decided anything yet. We're just going to wait, and we'll know. In a week or so, see how they acclimate to the track here and everything else. So, it's a little far off still. But
you obviously want to be a part of the Pacific Classic, though, right? I mean, you'll probably have something in there.
Well, I mean, we got the dudes. One of them will be in there.
Right, that's what
So but they have. I got to see how they like the track, because it can be a very funny, tricky track, because. Richard's kid, he just loved it here. Here's a horse that came in here, won it 2 years in a row.
Maryland horse, by the way.
Maryland horse, and so he just loved this place, and I could never get a rider for him. Mike Smith, finally I got him to ride him. He rode him twice. He won at $2 million races, but you want to be part of it because it's a big purse.
Where is the Factor? What's happened to the Factor?
The Factor's here. He's in the second stall there, and we're getting him ready. So he has a ways to go. We just, been galloping him and all. So I was trying to get him to the ready for the King Bishop, but it's going to be tight, So we're just going to get him ready here. So.
Well, could we see him here?
No, you won't see him here. He won't run here. But I'll just, we're just trying to get him ready for somewhere.
Bob, on the cover of the Racing Form today, it says you're loaded with babies. Are you ready to spawn? What kind of headline is that?
Well, I do have 5 kids.
That's true,
but they're not babies anymore. That money, even though, you have to pay to play, they don't like doing the takeouts, but it's going right to the horses, which it needs to go. It's going to the horses, and so that's important. It's not going into bonuses for executives or anything like that, and so it's going to the horses. And I think if we can just get a little bit more money going to them, we can stay in business, because without the purse money, it works both, without the gamblers. But gamblers can always switch and bet something else. We're sort of stuck here. We have to breed them. There's so much money. It's a losing proposition sometimes on most of these horses. So, but I think I think it was a good move. Thanks to the TOC that got it in there, and CHRB, they worked together on it. But it's just one step forward, and we're really not that much higher than anybody else. Well, the thing with Lou, is that, we don't want anybody. We want somebody that tells the truth. Don't tell us the story. Well, we're going to do this, and they're going to do something else. He's not going to lie to you. He's going to tell the truth. He'll tell it the way it is. Sometimes some people might not like it, but I think it was. I'm glad that he's here in California, because we need somebody like Lou.